Hi guys and welcome back. Today we are in Estepona. Estepona is just a fantastic and beautiful place. It has been beautified over the last 10-20 years, and the location of this town is quite spectacular. We are 45 minutes from Gibraltar, 1 hour away from Malaga itself. We have Marbella at literally a stone's throw away, about 25-minute drive. So the area itself has been divided into three. And in this video, we're going to cover each of these areas. I'm also going to cover, on top of the location, we're going to go over the lifestyle and the activities that we have in Estepona itself, a little bit of the growth and how it has extended over the last few decades. We're going to talk about a little bit of its history and, of course, what it is to live in Estepona and the incredible demand which has grown over the last few years. So as we all know, the beauties of living on the Costa del Sol is, of course, the outside life. The lifestyle you can have while living on the coast is quite different from where most of you live, hence the fact you want to come and live in a different place with this sort of climate. Estepona is special in the sense we have 22 kilometers of coastline. This is divided into 17 different beaches, each denominated with its own name, and along which, within the actual town itself, we have three main beaches which are most renowned. We have Playa La Rada and Playa Cala, which is just down the road, just down the way from where we're sitting. We also have Playa del Cristo, which is a very popular beach because it has a very shallow incline into the water, so it becomes very popular with families and those who have little children. Of course, along with that, along this beach, we actually have the 35 chiringuitos which extend from one end all the way to the other. These 35 chiringuitos belong to Estepona itself. And as you can see, when you have a beautiful chiringuito, you can get some incredible Spanish food. Like the one sitting in front of me, we have this lovely paella. You can't beat good Spanish Mediterranean food. Of course, the outside lifestyle also includes things like golf, where we have over 15 golf courses in Estepona itself. There's over 120 golf courses along the entire Costa del Sol, many of which you can find in Estepona itself. We also love the biking and the hiking with mountains literally very close by. You can go and do your mountain biking and hiking. And of course, along the entire stretch of the coastal line, we have the Senda Litoral. This is a project which came about 15 years ago and is about 85% complete. And this is basically the promenade which extends all the way along the Costa del Sol. Of course, along with this incredible lifestyle, we have the day trips. When you live here, there are so many little places, little gems that you can just jump in your car and go and see within an hour, maybe an hour and a half. We have places like Setenil de la Bodega, Mijas, Ronda, Galfin, lots of little white villages which are all special in their own way. So you live here, you have the weather, and you also have all those little things you can go and investigate and spend some time outside. So we are currently in the Plaza das Flores, which is the main central square of the old town of Estepona. Everything revolves around this particular area. There are two main streets that go off the Plaza das Flores. We have the Calle Terraza, which goes straight up from south to north in the middle of town. And we have the Calle Real, which goes from east to west. Both of these are filled with bars, restaurants, gourmet cuisine. We have lots of shops as well. So this is quite a central part of Estepona itself. With regards to the history of Estepona, as I mentioned, I was going to go through with you. So in the 9th century BC, it was a trade point for Phoenician trade. And then in the 8th century BC, it was taken by Moorish conquest, which lasted until the mid-15th century. In 1457, Ferdinand and Isabella retook the city under Catholic reign. And then in 1729, Estepona gained its independence from Marbella. Since then, it has thrived in its own independence to turn into this amazing hotspot that it is today. We also have a lot of little things around Estepona which make it special. We have these little streets in the middle of the old town where they have actually demarked each area with different color flower pots, making each and every walk different and special, and again, very beautiful. It has also become more and more popular, which is why we now have this hotel right in the center of the Plaza Las Flores, and we are only 100 meters away from the original castle of Estepona, which was constructed by the Moors and taken again by Ferdinand and Isabella, as I said, in 1457. So we've now come to the Mirador de Estepona. The Mirador of Estepona is the highest point in the entire town. It is used as the viewing post. It is actually very clever because it's a multi-use area. They have the top floor as the viewing post, then we have the floor just underneath us, which is a bar. The floor beneath that is a restaurant, and then there's about 4 floors of library. In 2026, we have 80,000 people as registered residents of the town, which means in the last 20 years, it has doubled in size. And when you think about the fact that during the summer, that 80,000 also doubles due to the tourist increase and the second home owners who come and stay here, 160,000 people come and live and stay in Estepona throughout those summer seasons. And in 2017 is when the entire area behind me became much, much larger. Technically in 2017 is when they had the first construction on that big site behind me, which is called Las Mesas. And as you can see, over the last 9 years, has grown with over 12 new developments now either under construction or completed in that area. As you can see, from the small old town, slowly extending further and further across, the center of Estepona, the actual town itself, has grown within itself. This is not including the east side of Estepona, which also has a further 20 odd new developments, and the west side of Estepona with a further 20. A total of over 70 new developments are currently underway in this area, just to be able to provide for the demand that Estepona has. It is very popular, and these numbers represent that fact. Behind me you can see the port. Now the port used to be the main central focus of the nightlife in Estepona. However, as it's grown in the center, more and more businesses have started to grow there. However, the port still remains relatively popular in comparison. The idea with the port is they are going to revamp it. This project has been put in place, but has not yet started its execution. We're hoping over the next few years they will start doing this to make it more modern and bring it into the 21st century. So let's talk a little bit about how this demand has affected the property prices in this area. If you'd been here about 10 years ago, you probably could have found properties for around 3,000 euros per square meter. But now the average is around 4,200 euros per square meter in the Estepona locality. Okay? We are now currently in a place called Arroyo Medio, which is a prime example of how this demand has affected areas. As I mentioned, there are over 20 new developments currently under construction and coming to completion in this area itself. Again, 4,200 euros per square meter is still relatively competitive because now Estepona offers that Marbella lifestyle, whether it be the retirement home you're looking for, that family home where you can still offer international schooling to your children. However, Marbella is still now around 6,000 euros per square meter and going all the way up to 30,000 euros per square meter for the real luxurious developments that you can find there. So all in all, Estepona has grown a lot, still has a lot to offer, if anything offers more now than it did 10 years ago, and the pricing here for the lifestyle you can live remains competitive considering how beautiful and the demand that is currently in place. So thank you for watching my video on what Estepona is as a location and what it has to offer. If you'd like to get more information about Estepona, or anything else for that matter, don't hesitate getting in touch. You can leave a comment below and I'll be very happy to respond. Subscribe to my channel to stay on top of future videos which I'll be bringing out with regards to location and new developments and the lifestyle that you can live if you decide to come and buy a property along the Costa del Sol. I look forward to hearing from you.